So you're considering a muffler delete on your Infiniti Q50 or your G37 or 370Z, and I don't blame you, quite honestly. Make sure you go back and check out my previous video talking about whether or not a muffler delete on this particular platform is worth it. I think there might be some information in there that you'll find helpful or useful in terms of making your decision on whether or not you want to pursue this modification. But with that being said, let's assume that you are going to go this route, and maybe now you want to find out what your options are in making this happen. I got 550 something videos uploaded now talking about this platform in particular. So if you're a G37 person or a 370Z person and you haven't visited the channel yet, I appreciate you stopping in. Check those videos out. Again, they might be helpful for you because a lot of the stuff on this platform is sort of interchangeable and there's a lot of crossover. So let's just get into this topic right now though. So again, you've decided to pursue a muffler delete on your VQ37. Let's assume also that you plan on keeping your factory catalytic converters in place. What I would highly recommend is that you keep your factory resonators in place as well. Or if you are going to do an upgrade to the mid pipe, at least put some resonators back in line if you're going to cut the muffler off, because otherwise it gets really raspy. In my opinion. Some people like it. I can't stand it. This is where you get that trumpet noise. A lot of people make fun of you, and it just really doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound refined at all, and I just don't like it. But you know, do a little bit of additional research. Maybe we'll do another video showing some examples of that here, and it'll help you even further. We'll just keep talking about the muffler delete as much as we possibly can. But there are a couple options for you if you do want to make this upgrade. I want to outline them here for you right now. Your first option is not too bad of one. There may be a couple of variations of this, but I'm not totally certain. That is a Remark sort of manufactured muffler delete setup. It's basically two pipes with tips already on it, stainless steel pipes that you just bolt right up to your factory mid pipe. Makes it pretty simple. I do remember a few years ago people talking about some fitment issues where they just weren't quite lined up, or they had to bend the hanger a little bit to make sure the tip got pulled up a little bit closer to the bumper. So a couple things to keep in mind there. It used to be like it used to be like $150, $160, something like that. Might be a little bit more expensive now. And I know they were really struggling with some super long lead times, or there weren't any available. So they put like $9,000 prices on them so people wouldn't order them. And that's tough. That's a situation that we're dealing with across a number of industries right now. So just keep that in mind. But I'll put links in the description below to some of these options if I'm able to find them. But I want to make sure that's clear that there is sort of a prefab factory fit, option out there. The prices just might be a little high and lead times might be a little bit long. So keep that in mind. The second option, and I think this is probably the best option, it's the best option I did personally, and that is finding a local exhaust shop to make one of these for you. It's very simple. Basically just cut the muffler off. You leave a little bit of a neck or a little bit of a collar at the flanges that are already bolted to your mid pipe. The muffler shop can just use pipe and weld right to it, or you probably want to use like an adapter, a step up basically, because I think that factory pipe is like just over 2 inches. I'd say go to at least 2 1/4. If you want to do 2 1/2, they can get a flange they can get an adapter to go up to 2 inches. It's not that big of a deal. Might cost you a little bit extra, but they can weld that. They can bend that pipe up for you and re-weld on the factory tips if you want, or if you want to clean up the rear end a little bit, you can get some stainless steel tips like I used. I'll link those in the description below. I actually have a set of them up on the back wall there. If you can see, they're dual wall /cut 2 1/2 inch tips. They're 2 1/2 inch inlet and 4 inch outlet. Again, if you use 2 1/4 inch pipe, there's probably 2 1/4 inch options. Again, I'll link those in the description if I can find those as well. But all in all, a shop would probably charge you like $100 to do this. If you do the adapters, it might charge you a little bit more if they have to flare the pipe. Maybe they'll add a little bit of time to their labor for you, but it's really not all that bad. They can do it in probably 20 or 30 minutes, quite honestly, if they have any idea whatsoever of what they've been doing. But if they're working at an exhaust shop, my God, they should be able to figure this out for you. And going this route, you're supporting a local business too, which I always like to do. So I think, again, this is probably the best option. And considering some of the lead times that are out there for some of these exhaust setups now, it's just if I decide I want to do something, I want to do it right now. So unless you want to wait for an unknown amount of time, an indefinite amount of time, then sure, order one of those online, or you can do the local route and get it done, tomorrow or this weekend. So those are kind of the two options that are out there right now. Again, keep in mind that you probably want to keep your factory resonators in place, and we're assuming that you're keeping your factory catalytic converters in place as well, because if you start eliminating those things, it's going to sound terrible. You've got to think about doing a complete catback system if you're going to do anything with the catalytic converter. So again, muffler delete doesn't really require a tune either. It's going to sound decent. Check out that first video that I did explaining whether or not it's worth it, and I talked a little bit about those things as well. So hopefully between the two of these videos, you'll know what you want to do at this point. Again, check the links in the description below to the parts that we're able to find for this, and let me know if you have any questions down below in the comment section. I get to every single one of them as quickly as I possibly can. I appreciate you guys stopping in for this video. More stuff coming. Like I said, maybe we'll do some more muffler delete videos and talk a little bit more about this setup, because it is one that a lot of people like to pursue. And like I said, I did this myself early on too with the Q50. I think it's a great bang for your buck, getting the car sounding a lot better without spending a lot of money, while you decide what other modifications you want to pursue on this platform. So it's good on the G37, it's great on the 370Z, and of course it's great on the 350 as well. It's hard to beat a muffler delete. I mean, it's like one of the first things I always do in all my cars. Get a car, chop the mufflers off. Why not? Thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate the continued support. Again, if you have any questions, leave them down below. We've got more stuff coming for the channel. Hope you stick around. See you in the next one.